What are you broadcasting? What kind of question is that? What do you mean, what am I broadcasting? Yeah, let me ask you again. What are you broadcasting? Okay, let me explain. If you don't know, by now, let me show you something. Your mind, your eyes, and your ears, they send signals. You're like a movie projector. So whatever you see right now in your life or in your world, this is what you're broadcasting. So do me a favor. Close your eyes. I'll close my eyes as well. Now, open your eyes. Okay, you see that? That's your reality. That's your broadcast. That's what you're doing. So, whatever energy you're putting out, that's what you're broadcasting right now. So when you look around and you see your life the way it is right now, that's your movie. That's your projector. Did you know that? So the way you see your life and everything, all the actions, the people, the places, everything that's going on in your life right now, that is you. You see that through your eyes, and then you see that through the mind, and that is your reality. So for many of us, or many of individuals, it's good news, but it's also bad news. Because many of us are broadcasting what we don't want. Look at it this way. You have this channel, you have your television, you got cable television, you got all these channels. You can deliberately take your remote, you can go to channel A. Okay, I like this. This is nature channel, I like the animals. Okay, I'll go to another channel. Oh, it's beautiful music. I'll go to this channel. Each channel you go to is unique to only you, because each channel you tune into, it creates a certain feeling in you. Do it right now. If you go to a certain channel on your television and you're watching something, it says, oh, this makes me feel good. You know what? I want to feel scared. I want to feel some fear. So what do? You go to another channel, maybe a scary movie channel. See, there's all these channels that you can tune into, and you have that remote to press and go in, right? Now check this out. That's what you are. You have a remote. The remote is the tuner. It can go to every different channel. But here's the issue. You have this remote, but this remote instead is ruling you. You don't control the remote. The remote is kind of controlling itself. The remote is going haywire. It's going to whatever channel it wants. Now let me go back to that analogy, because I really want you to get this. So when you have a remote, you press the remote. You have control. You consciously know what channel you want to go to, right? Now look at it this way. You have that remote, but you aren't consciously choosing. The remote is flipping the channel itself, so you are being forced to tune into whatever channel you're receiving. So sometimes you'll tune into the right channel, sometimes you tune into the wrong channel. So what's going on here? Well, here's what's going on. That remote is your subconscious mind. Okay? So your subconscious mind will operate automatically below the surface level. It controls your actions and habits. So if you aren't aware of how to use your subconscious mind, that is you. The subconscious is just channel surfing, and you're just being broadcast on whatever channel it puts you. Does that make sense to you now? Now you're starting to see how reality works, the whole image of how everything works? Well, that's how it works. So you have to start broadcasting what you want to change in your life. So here's how it works, guys. Everything you look at, when we look outside, it's all on a frequency bandwidth. It's your eyes perceiving electromagnetic chemical signals through what's known as electromagnetic waves. We call that the visible light spectrum. So your eyes can only pick up a certain amount, and then the brain tunes it in particles or information. Then it goes out and it becomes a real reality. So if you want to change your life, you have to deliberately change your channel. You have to get on the channel that you want to see and experience. It's that simple. The universe exists with these channels, but these channels are infinite. Unlike your television or unlike cable, there's only a limited supply of channels. Imagine being tuned into an infinite amount of channels. And now we know through science that time, past, future, and present are all the same thing. They exist simultaneously. So we experience time through what's known as entropy. It's from movement from order to disorder. That's how we experience time, the change. But now we know that that's how it works. So your subconscious mind operates in that dimension. All right? So how can I change the channel I want to tune into? You have to do a couple things. Well, if you practice meditation, it helps the mind. But many of us can't meditate too long because we have so much thought patterns going to our head. So the best thing for you to do is to visualize. You change the channel through your visualization or your imagination. If I sit down and I keep looking at something, or my thoughts keep pertaining to it, it must manifest. I have to repeat that because it's so important. If I spend a majority of time seeing something in my mind that makes me feel good, or takes me away from the stress, or it's just my escape point. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're having a tough time in your life right now, and things aren't going the way you want them to go. So you start to just visualize something that makes you feel good. Maybe you see yourself on a beautiful island with a beautiful home, or maybe you start seeing yourself with a dream car, home, or career, right? And you do that because it keeps your mind sane. You're doing something very powerful. You're not aware of this. You do that, you're tuning the channel. You're getting ready to receive it. See, that's what's important. You got to understand that no matter what your current situation is, you must always be tuned into the channel you want to experience. You don't have to know how it's going to be done or how you're going to get there. It's just how it works. So you have to visualize what you want. See it happening no matter what's going on in your life. Look at it this way. Just look at it as I'm doing it to make me feel sane. I'm doing it because it makes me feel good. That's going to help to discourage your conscious mind or the ego from interrupting you or creating what we call that resistance. The resistance is the static in the channel. Sometimes you pick it up, sometimes you don't. That's resistance. It's like, it's a resistor. It's just the same thing you put on electronic components. You have resistors that slow the electrical signals of electronic equipment, creates the resistance. Same thing with your mind and the ego. It works in that way. So if you start to put your thought onto something or anything that you can see consistently, it must become your reality. Now here's another point to it. It takes what you and I, or what we refer to as time, for things to manifest. Some of us will get it in years. Some of us may get it sooner. But that's not the issue. That's not important. What you have to understand is that when it comes to the time thing, that's something we made up. We made up years and months and days. In reality, those have no basis. Let me repeat that again. We made up time, months, days, and years. But in actual true essence of reality, they have no basis. It's not real. We make that up. So just because we make it up, your subconscious mind still is not going to operate on our time mode. It's, remember, past, present, future happen simultaneously. You only can create what you want in the now, this moment. The moment of now is where all possibilities exist. This is where the power lies. This is where you can only be alive and create. You can't be alive in the past, you can't be alive in the future. So you have to understand that. And the universe also has a system. It works in a system format. The system format is, it must become conscious. It takes time for things to expand. It has to create momentum. The momentum will grow, and the momentum becomes critical mass. Critical mass is when you experience your desire. Just like planting a seed. If you plant a seed, you're not going to bear the fruit the same day. It's going to take time, or what we call that entropy, right? Or that space there. So you have to understand that. So you have to move your mind to get out of that mode. But the most important point that I want to show you is that you are a receiver and a broadcaster. You actually have the power, because the reality you see, that's what it is. It's all electromagnetic chemical signals. It's holographic images that our brain hallucinates to create our reality. And repeat that again. Your brain creates holographic illusions. It hallucinates reality. That's what it really does. When you see something, it's an hallucination produced by the brain as a holographic informational structure, and they found this out, and they refer to it as qubits of information in quantum physics. So this is really, really powerful information that you can use right now to start to structurally change your life. So again, what are you broadcasting? If you don't like the channel, change it. Change the channel through your subconscious programming. Change the channel through your conscious programming. You change the channel by choosing a thought or something continuously that you must visualize and see, or you change the channel through meditation, or you change the channel through your habits and your subconscious mind. But that's how it works. You can do that. You will start to live the life you want. Now, you'll be that person we talked about earlier. You got the remote, and now you can switch and watch your channels. You're in control now. See? That's what reality is. So again, what are you broadcasting?